Hi guys, so we all know how difficult and isolating COVID has been for everyone, but especially for new and expectant parents. So if you would like to know how to support them safely from a distance with their new baby once baby comes home, then keep on watching. Hi, my name is Holly and I am here to help first-time mums with this being my 4th pregnancy. I have plenty of experience, so I'm trying to share all that with you guys. So if you do want all the experience and expertise of someone that has gone through it all, then make sure to subscribe down below, like this video, and if you do have any questions, make sure to leave them down below and I will answer them all for you guys. So in today's video we are talking specifically about how to support new parents through COVID from a distance, so keep on watching if you want to see that. So today I'm going to be sharing 10 of my top tips with you guys, and this is my first one. So my first is to pay for a meal to be delivered, and by that I mean you could support local restaurants that maybe can package up a meal together, or you can support local takeaways. You can also use apps like I think Deliveroo services. I've never used any of those apps, but I know there is quite a few different delivery services available nowadays. Or you could also purchase a gift card for them, just a way that means that they don't have to prepare meals when they're sleep deprived, and it just kind of takes the load off them and gives them a little bit more relaxation time, or time to just make the most of when baby does sleep and get those naps in. So tip number 2 is to send a care package or gift basket, but with the primary focus actually being on the parents. When a new baby is born, there tends to be a lot of focus on gift giving, but it tends to mainly be baby clothes or things for the baby, and a lot of the times, especially with the dads, that the parents actually get completely forgotten about. But I think we forget that actually the parents need to look after themselves so that they can best take care of the baby. So it would be lovely to have a gift basket delivered, something that you could maybe pop on their doorstep or something, that maybe includes self-care items, some luxury items like chocolates, anything like that. Just really compile their favourite things that you know will kind of brighten their mood, because it can be an emotional roller coaster. And like I say, self-care items, which, don't forget, like, dads like self-care stuff too. My husband would be quite happy with like bath bombs and stuff, just anything that can help them relax and really take care of themselves. And like I say, make sure to remember the dads too. So tip number 3 is to be a shoulder to cry on and be consistent. So a lot of the times when you have a new baby, you find that people kind of all want to know how baby is, or they're all wanting to see how you are, but it's only for the first week or 2 weeks. And to be honest, those are the times when actually, apart from obviously the baby blues, your mood is generally still pretty high. You're still really adjusting and quite happy and excited, whereas by weeks 3 and 4 the sleep deprivation is really starting to kick in, and your body is still really starting to now readjust to this new way of life and this new way of sleeping and lack of sleep. So it's a case of being consistent long term and not just for the first 2 weeks. There are so many different ways that you can support people, whether it is through text, phone calls, Zoom, any of the above. And also it would be really nice for people to offer their services in terms of support overnight. So if you are someone that maybe works night but has breaks, you can say that you're available to talk during the night, or maybe you could do a rota with friends and family and stuff and say, if you need me during the night and you're really struggling because of maybe breastfeeding, or you're just in a difficult place emotionally whilst you're awake with baby and breastfeeding, or you're just sleep deprived and can't get baby to sleep and you need someone to talk to and you need that support, let them know that you are available, that you will be there. And like I say, you could make a rota system so that people are available on certain nights, but that there is always support there available on a night, because those are the really difficult times when it can feel very isolating, because we feel like we have no one to reach out to, because it's obviously no one is usually awake. But to feel that you would be happy for us to maybe phone you during the night and say, look, I've just spent 2 hours and I still can't get the baby to sleep, have you got any advice? And just someone else to talk to that can maybe offer suggestions. Obviously, when you've had a baby, the mum and dad in theory support each other, but it can still just be nice to kind of have that external support and that other perspective. So that is another option as well, to offer your support in a way from a distance. So tip number 4 is to do a socially distanced walk. Obviously it keeps changing with different tiers and stuff, but to be able to do a socially distanced walk where it just encourages mum or dad to get out with the pram, and then they can have the opportunity to talk to you actually face to face, but from a distance. And one thing I would say is, if you do notice things like that their mood is different and stuff, to really be frank and honest. And if you are concerned about their mood, that it's so important to bring that up to them, that if you are concerned about them having any postpartum issues, which includes dad as well, make sure to bring it up to them and be frank with them. But it's also, it can really help with the kind of preventing postnatal, because you're then getting the fresh air and exercise. So those are both things that are really great for preventing postnatal depression, and it can just make a world of difference. Especially for example, me, I suffer agoraphobia, so it's really difficult for me to leave the house on my own, and when my husband goes back to work it will be very difficult, and it can feel like you're trapped in this home and you've got a screaming baby. And it's just, even when you don't suffer agoraphobia, sometimes just kind of suggesting for them to leave the house and reminding them that they can actually go places, they can do things, they don't have to just sit at home with the baby. Even if it is just a simple walk around the park or around the block, just something to get fresh air into their system and a change of scenery can really make a big difference. And obviously that opportunity to have that support, but to be able to talk face to face even if it is from a distance. So tip number 5 is actually to send gifts for older children. Obviously this doesn't apply if they are new parents, but if they are people that do have older children, don't always expect that they can still manage, and that because they have other kids that it will be easy for them. It's still a big adjustment. Like, I already have 2 kids and I'm going to be having a 3rd one, but that doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be stressful, that I'm going to have other kids that are going to be screaming. So it's really good if you can send gifts for the older children as well, but engaging gifts, so like toys or things that will be really interactive for them, so that they can really focus their attention, and it kind of just gives them something that it makes them feel important, which is obviously super important to include the whole family in supporting. It's not just about the mum, and it's not just about the mum and the dad. You have to kind of offer support for the whole family. So I would suggest, don't buy things that are noisy and don't buy things that are messy, because the last thing new parents, new to this baby, those new parents don't need to be having really noisy toys that are going to wake up a baby that they've just spent forever trying to get to sleep. But also the last thing they need is extra cleaning. So I wouldn't advise to be buying slime and stuff, but just something that's going to really engage the children and give them hours of entertainment, rather than a toy that's only going to last 5 minutes. It maybe makes them feel special, but it doesn't last very long. We want to be looking for those more engaging, interactive toys. So number 6 was actually originally, I'd kind of wrote down for you to send flowers, and then I realised that was not only kind of cliche, although I would love it if like somebody did send me flowers and it would really brighten my day. One thing that I realised when I was in crazy nesting mode last night, thinking about this baby coming, and this is something you could do before baby's born as a surprise, or a nice way for them to come home with baby to see, or this is something that you could just generally offer to do afterwards, because a lot of pregnant or new parents don't have the time to do this, but to actually plant their garden for them. So I've actually asked my dad to help me do this before baby is born, because I really want a nice, very floral garden ready for when we bring baby home. It just, I don't know, it just makes it feel special when you then come home and you see all the flowers, and it's just a really bright, homely scene. But even to offer to do their gardening for them and plant some nice flowers, even once baby is born, it still then just helps them out. It saves them having to do it, but it's just something that's going to be more long lasting than a bunch of flowers, and it's something that they can then look at and just appreciate. So it's just kind of my twist on instead of sending a bouquet of flowers that won't last very long. But this is one that I think would be really nice to do before baby is born, so that they have a really nice scene to come home to, that they see that their front garden and stuff has all been planted. So then number 7 is another thing that can help support parents from a timekeeping point of view and just their limited time and energy. And to be honest, I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that somebody offers to do this once this baby's born, because it's one thing that gets on top of me so quickly, and I'm sure it does for everybody, especially with a baby, because there is so much laundry. But my suggestion that you could do safely from a distance is a laundry pickup. So you could offer to pick up a bag of laundry off their doorstep, go home, wash it for them, make sure you use like baby safe detergent and stuff, and then you can bring back either just clean laundry, or you can fold it and like sort it all out for them. Or you could also get like a dry cleaners voucher. I don't really know much about dry cleaning, but you could do something like that. But yeah, just to do a laundry pickup, I tell you now, that would give me such a peace of mind that when I've got a new baby and I'm trying to adjust to a new sleep pattern and a new life of 3 children, it would make the world a difference. And it's just one of those things that I know so many people find really gets on top of them. So I really think that would be one that, as much as it seems silly, would really benefit, and a lot of parents, especially new parents, would appreciate. So number 8 is another way of offering to ease some of the burden of everyday chores, and that would be to offer to help if the family have any pets. So if they have a dog, you could offer to walk their dog, or of course you could maybe buy a gift voucher for them to use with their dog walker if they do have a dog walker. Or maybe even if they don't have a dog walker but you don't have the time, you could maybe get in touch with a dog walker and buy a gift voucher for that, which I happen to know a very good dog walker if you are in the North Yorkshire area, so I will leave our information down below. But yeah, so it's just one way that you can help them where you don't really need to come into the house. You can go into the garden, pick up their dog, take their dog for a walk. It's just, even I find, when considering we do dog walking for a living, finding the time to then walk our own dog, it's really difficult, especially with children, especially in winter as well. It would really just help if someone actually, like, if the dog could live at our house but then someone would come and walk our dog for us. So even I would love it if someone like hired a dog walker to come and walk our dog. So then tip number 9 is to make sure that you are checking in with mum in the sense of if she needs anything postpartum wise. So if you are going to a supermarket or a chemist, just make sure that you check whether the mum does need anything, or even if they need anything for baby that they've maybe not thought of. So if they need any colic medication or anything, or nappy cream, something that they might have forgotten. But also if mum needs anything like pain relief, postpartum pads, it just saves the dad having to always go out to the shop and stuff. And also it's reducing the risk of them constantly going out to the shop because they need things, and then the risk of bringing the infection back into the house. It's just one of those burdens where it's things that they probably do need that they might have forgotten, but it just helps if they have one less errand to run and one less risk of bringing COVID into a home with a new little baby. And then tip number 10, which kind of relates to tip number 9 as well, it's very similar I guess, but to offer to do their food shopping on their behalf. So really just allow them to just be at home and relax and not have the burden of having to go anywhere, and also reducing the risk of them needing to go out and the risk of bringing that infection back in. And it's something where you can just get the list off them and then drop things off on the door. So let me know down in the comments below what your favourite tip was, or if you do have any other tips and suggestions, make sure to comment them down below as well, so that they can maybe help out other first time parents and their families and friends that are supporting them. postpartum. I hope this video gave you some good ideas, and if it did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you are a first time mum, then make sure to click subscribe down below for more handy advice videos. I'm always looking to make more videos of what you want to see, so make sure you leave a comment down below of what video you would like me to do next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.